Morning, everybody. Welcome to Bit Heroes Sunday item find, Saturday item find, Saturday video. We'll go with that. It is still Saturday, as always. This is good. Capture rate is good. This video and probably the rest of the videos, streams, whatever you want to call them, for the rest of this tier at least, will be capture rate. Because I don't need anything. I've decided that I don't want to use my energy finding the mythics that I'm missing. Asa, good morning. Yeah, I don't want to use the energy for these mythics. The gear I have is good enough. The set piece and everything and max TS and everything is good enough. So I want to keep those energy pots, which I have a few of, wherever they are, 141 plus whatever guild store, that's the wrong button, plus, you know, this many more, for next tier, so I can run, you know, world bosses stuff like crazy when next tier comes out, and hopefully do the same thing, get the set from world boss if there is one, a DPS one, I mean. So that's the plan. Outside of that, what I want to do is I want to get a 4th Glazdos, because, lol, why not? And he is here. I do have the 3 Tilks. I got them during the week. I've been doing capture rate every day, basically, on Tilk's dungeon. Finally got them. I need 7 more neural net ROMs, and then I can make 1 more. And then I'll have 4 of them. So for PvP, it'll be me and 4 Glazdosses, just purely for the lols. There's no real reason why I want to do that. I don't need 4 by any means. That's just, you know, one of those things that I want to do just for fun. The other thing is, I want to do this. Eucalis, whatever. We need more flixies. I can fuse 2 right now, so I can have a +1 right now, effectively. But I'm going to be using the Glazdosses and stuff, but say I can get this, then this would be much better for PvP, because it's electric damage dual strike, and it's got a lot of damage to it and some skills and shit, good skills and shit. So this thing will be beastly if I could +5 it for PvP. I don't really worry too much about PvP. I never really push hard or anything, but with something like that in my team, maybe I might. I don't know. We'll see how we go. Wolzarg, welcome. Pep, welcome. Welcome to both of you. Good morning to both of you, or afternoon or night, wherever you are. It's good morning for me, so good morning from upside down land. That's near future. So the plan for this stream and all streams going forward in this tier is to do world boss in Brimstone Syndicate. In Extermination, to get those neural net ROMs that we need. And then once we do that, then we can go back to normal world boss, I guess, to try and get the mythics just on daily regen. But all of our raids are going to go into this raid to try and get those flixies or whatever they're called, to be able to fuse that Eucalis. So that's the plan. The plan is solid. The plan is true. The plan is what's happening. And I'm running with, even though we're doing capture rate and everything like that, I'm running with experience runes, because I still have my plan of hitting 400 before May 18. I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest. It's April 26th. And I still need 8, almost nearly 7 levels. I don't know if it's going to happen. I may need to use like a Bitgore and do like a bunch of raids one day. I did use a Bitgore actually the other week, during the week, to try and get some stuff. So I did use 1 Bitgore and 3 shard baskets, and that did give me, you know, 1.5 levels. So maybe we'll do that. For today though, Amal, good morning. Thank you for the host. Unless that's auto host and you're not here, but either way, thank you. Sub, hit 300 yesterday. Nice, congrats. Got the 3rd glass made today as well. Awesome. Good job. Got any friend slots open? Yes, I sure do. It's all yours, my friend. What's your in-game name? Is it Wolzarg? I've got all these freaking things that are just sitting here taking up space. So let's use them. Let's use a rocket skates. Done. Let's use a gold find. Done. Let's use an experience tome. done. Let's use a item find tome. And a wait, hang on. What have I done? Experience tomes and item find tomes kind of look similar. But there you go. Here we go. Capture rate, yes, and item find. Actually, we don't need item find. I don't need item find at all. Because we're not actually going for items, so that would be a waste. So we just run with this shitty item find here. We do have 200% extra capture rate, which is good. We go zoom to get things done quicker. Gold, lol, and experience obviously is always important. So let's go with that for today. I got a bunch of those things, so I should start using them. IGN is Demon 89. Okay, I'll add you right now. Demon 89. Add friend. There you go. It's all yours. Doggo is sleeping right next to me, and I don't want to wake him up by moving. Yeah, I hear that. I was really uncomfortable on the couch 2 or 3 days ago because Zelda was sleeping on me, but I really didn't want to wake her up because she was so like snuggled in. She was all like, you know, in dream twitchy land, happy and everything. I'm like, oh, but also I'm uncomfortable, but oh. And so yeah, I held out as long as I could. Sassiel, welcome. Gold is nice for when they finally add those sales, sorry, for gold they mentioned over a week ago. Yeah. Spooky, good morning. You can add me as well, Chook, if you want, but I don't really need you to. If you want to, IGN is Nokos. Sassy. Sassy A. Eh? Ah. Right. I'm probably mispronouncing things. You already have me on your friends list, well there you go. Pep, if I can add you, but yeah, I don't exactly need you. Yeah, well if you don't need me, there's no point, right? We can chat on stream and Discord and stuff if you need me. Oh my god. So they did finally do the name change, rename thing, Badoodad Jiggity What's It, where you can change your name and you have a tag and all that crap. So that's why you know, there's Blazing Kid 377 and William Porygon 83989, etc. So there's multiple people can have the name William Porygon if they wanted to. They've brought that in, yet in true style. Change. You sure you want to change to yes? Not change name tokens. Would you like to purchase more? They bring it in, but then they make you pay for it. I thought that was a bit shit. I thought maybe like if they're going to bring in a system like that, they give you one for free. You know? Like, okay, here's the name change thing. A lot of people have been asking for it. We're introducing it now, and then you have to actually pay for it. Like, paying for it in general, like character customization, re-skin thing, you can make your character look different, all that sort of stuff, change name, all that sort of stuff, that's fine, and that's more than fine to have in the game and have for money and stuff. But I thought when they introduced it, they should probably give everyone one free one, but apparently not. I have a few spots open if anyone needs them. Spook is OP as fuck, so definitely take him on your team. Wolzarg, take Spooky. Any chance you feel like going over your augments for Gars briefly? And if you could point out if there's any better augments, that would be awesome. Sure, I can do that. Wanders off to grab a shower. You going to Bunnings to buy a shower? Give me a sausage. Max the last set piece today. Fuck yeah, you're killing it. Bunnings sausage, best sausage. I realize that means absolutely no sense to everyone else in chat. I'll explain it. So there's a big hardware store chain that throughout Australia that, like, if you need hardware stuff or even not hardware stuff, it just sells all sorts of random shit. Um, it's called Bunnings. The shop, it's like, think about it like Costco, but for hardware and like outdoor furniture and plants and stuff. Anyway, it's called Bunnings. And at the front of Bunnings, seems like every freaking second day, there's a sausage sizzle. And I'm not sure if a sausage sizzle is a thing elsewhere in the world, but basically you go there and for $2 you buy a sausage in bread, with, like, if you can have caramel, you can have onions, caramelized onions, on the grill as well. And then you got your sauce and your mustard or whatever you want. They sell like cans of soft drink, cans of like Coke and Pepsi and shit for like $1. So you go in there, you give them $5, you get 2 sausages in bread and a drink, and it's great, and it's amazing. All while you're just like walking around like buying like, screws and bolts and stuff. It's the best. Every time I go to Bunnings, if they have the sausage sizzle, you have to get it. Even if you've just had lunch, you have to get it. It's kind of like an unwritten rule. It's like, oh shit, Bunnings sausage sizzle. Fuck yeah. Do not question the Bunnings sausage, yeah. It's like a massive, massive Aussie tradition meme thing. It's fucking great. It's really good. And we also have the same thing called democracy sausage. Whenever there's voting to be had, democratic sausage, whatever. There's always a sausage sizzle where you go to vote as well, and you always have to get a sausage. Apart from that one time that I went to vote and they had a sausage sizzle as you left, but it was $4 per sausage, and I like cracked the shit out of it. It's like that's so overpriced. Anyway, getting back to Bit Heroes. Enough about sausage sizzles. You can add me if you're struggling with raids. Not sure if you are though. So is Bunnings sausage like an initiation ritual for becoming Australian? Kinda. If anyone comes to Australia on holiday or something, and like is staying with family or friends, or even if you're not, even if you're just backpacking, or it doesn't matter. If you're in Australia at any point in your life ever, ask a random person on the street where the nearest Bunnings is, go there and buy a sausage. Oh shit. And hope that there's a sausage sizzle on that day. Yeah. There's a few things that are like rites of passage. I think a Bunnings sausage is definitely up there with things that you have to do if you're in Australia. Like, you got to do it. It's so good. Every time I go to, well, not every time. A lot of the times I go to Bunnings and get a sausage sizzle, I take a photo and I put it in Discord, being like, fuck yeah, sausage. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that's a very Aussie thing to do. I don't think any other countries do that. But they should, because you're missing out. It's really good. Thank God Doggo didn't wake up and I managed to hop on the PC. Fuck yes. What type of dog? Is it a he? Is it a she? Is it a puppy? Is it an old man? I need all the info. I need doggo related facts. My dog's still passed out on the bed. Dogs are allowed in Bunnings too. Yeah, they are, but they're not. Well, I mean, maybe it was just like I had like a Nazi that served me or something. But they made us like pick up Zelda. Like, we couldn't walk around with her. We had to hold her. We could still take her into the store, but yeah, that was a bit weird. Max is allowed on a lead? Yeah. That's like, I mean, Zel's not going to bite anyone. She'd kill him with kindness and affection and licks and stuff. Pep has a wolf? If I would, I could. If I could, I would, sorry. Wolves are my favorite animals. I see. Nobody asked me to pick him up. Yeah. Just walking around with a giant shepherd. Yeah. Yeah, what type of dog, Pep? What's this song? Pip, are you actually going to have a shower, or are you sticking around there? A little, very kind and a loving chihuahua. Aw. Fuck it. Yes, I'm going. Okay. Enjoy your shower. Go do your things while Bit Hero is happening, because it's not your thing, and then you can come back for the proper... Well, the proper stream is not what I meant. The other stream that you're more interested in. That's what I meant. Can't make me? What? Watch me. What time is it? 8:13. I can beat your door in like 7 hours. Maybe a bit longer. Just like push you into a shower. I feel like another Aussie initiation ritual would be making up some weird slang phrase and convincing people it's just a normal thing. Yeah, potentially. I mean, we do have a lot of dumb shit that we say. Cock waffle. The thing is, right, there's Australians and then there's like the bogan Australians, and it's like a completely different tier of person that I can't stand. I like, it's kind of like the Aussie stereotype, like kind of like Steve Irwin, kind of, but not, because Steve Irwin was great. But you know the Aussie stereotype where it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but kind of like the Aussie version of a redneck, if that makes sense. Like just like a really bogan. Kath and Kim, yeah. Just, I don't know. I really don't like the stereotype, like the Australian stereotype that we're known for. Like people think all Aussies are like that, because it's not true. But like some of the stuff rings home, and we do definitely have nicknames and abbreviations and stuff for things that make no sense to the rest of the world, which I like, actually. I like it's kind of like our own little, it's like Australian English. It's pretty cool. Okay, so let's just make sure I still have experience runes on. I do. Nice. All right, so with the world boss, with this energy, we're doing extermination world boss. I'm just doing it on tier 10 normal. We're going for the neural net ROMs, which is the drops from this world boss, a specific drop. It doesn't matter what difficulty you do it on. You can do it normal, hard, heroic. You can have 8 million item find. It doesn't matter. It's just a random drop. There's no way of making it drop more often. So I can just do tier 10 normal, and tier 11 normal for what it's worth. But I don't think I got all the legendaries from tier 10, like as for cosmetics. So that's why I'm choosing to do tier 10. But we'll knock out this energy. So all the streams for the rest of this tier are going to be fairly short, because we're knocking through all the energy really quickly, and the raid that we're doing is a lower tier raid, so we're going to knock through that really quickly as well. So I would say all the raids for the rest of this tier are going to be under an hour, I would say, like well under an hour. It's just the nature of the beast. That's why I started doing those Bit Hero Bite videos. I think I might. The idea with that was to make those short little vids of, you know, like the 10-minute, 15-minute, whatever it is, between 5 and 15 minute is the idea, at least. Videos to kind of give some content to watch, but B, more address some any issues that are currently happening, or any news that's happened, or something that's happening in game that people might not be aware of, or basically announcements. There we go, we got one finally. But I think I might start doing them a bit more often, just like twice a week or something. Especially if I can't stream. Oh, we got a level up. That's great. Because there's not always going to be something worthy to note of, there's not always going to be an announcement that needs to be made, is what I'm trying to say. So rather than make those videos just for when there's something that needs to be addressed, I might just make them, you know, during the week, like just make 2 of them. Like if I can't stream or something, if I can stream, then we'll just do the streams and do one of those Bit Hero Bites. If there's an announcement that needs to be made, but if I can't stream, then I'll make a Bit Hero Bite video instead. So you still got the two Bit Hero stuff during the week. Oh yeah, I need to go through my Glasnost as well. I just remembered. What's your opinion on the fire set weapon nerf? I had no idea that happened. What, you mean right at the start of the tier, or you mean recently? If they've nerfed it recently, I wasn't aware of that. We really only going to get 1 out of this? That's fucking bullshit. Wow. So people are still livid with the item find changes. You know, people, like I read on Facebook, because I follow the Bit Hero account on Facebook, people are just like, oh, so you've done this and that and whatnot, and you've brought in name changes and stuff, which is not really a thing that most people care about. Like, it's just a little like, okay, we got another one, sweet. It's just a thing. It doesn't actually like make a difference to the game, etc. But item find still fucked, and you refuse to fix it. So people are fucking livid, man. People are so angry at the devs right now, so angry. I know the fire set weapon nerf question wasn't aimed at me, but I'm annoyed at it, mainly because I only found out about it after I rolled for the full set. Recently, they changed one ability from attack all to attack 2. Oh, really? This one? Well, look. Amal, good morning. Welcome. How's your face? We'll go over the familiars thing. The devs seem to be shooting themselves in the foot every single time they take a step at the moment. Look, if you've got the set, it's still better than not having a set. So, you know, even if they nerf it and whatever, like your options are either to go, if you're free to play like me, every time I tell things like this, advice type things, always from my perspective. I'll try and do it from a general perspective, but the things to go for are either the fire set from the world boss or the healing set from the raid, right? So it's one or the other. So if you want to go for a DPS set, you go for the fire set, right? Because it's stronger DPS than the healing set. Even if it's nerfed, even if they change things, whatever, it's still better than just legendaries. So also, it's completely out of your control. You can't do anything about it. So yeah, it might suck, but what can you do, right? It's still better than nothing. So yeah, that's kind of my opinion, I guess. I didn't even know what had happened. I am not staying up to date with any changes like that at the moment. I have a lot of stuff going on IRL with family crisis and stuff, so like I'm just logging in and playing. But look, it doesn't surprise me. There's so many people that a vast majority of the player base are not happy at the moment and quitting left, right, and center, and this, that, the other. And it wouldn't surprise me if they fuck something else up. But I don't know what they're doing. I've got no idea what they're doing. But it's been a steady decline since they took over. So I don't know, man. It's a casual mobile game, right? I don't know. Just go with it, I guess. If you're still having fun, keep going. If you're not, quit. I know this is not anything to answer your fire set weapon. It's just just in a general kind of observation of the game, like, you know. I don't know. Anyway, I'm hyped, but not hyped for tier 13. With item find, it's going to take me 3 months to get a full set. Well, it used to take me 6 months to get a set normally in previous tiers. This tier was really good because I got lucky and got carried in World Boss. But look, the item find thing, people are still cracking it over and over and over and over and over again, so they're going to have to do something to fix it, right? Otherwise, everyone's just going to leave and stop playing. So, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. Always like take it with a pinch of salt and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I mean, they need to do some some serious reworking because people are not happy. Anyway, who was it? Pep, was it you that wanted, whoever it was that wanted to look at my augments? My augments aren't perfect, but we'll go through them anyway. For the brain, what was I? Okay, here we go. For the brain, you want to have a, I've got a 30% chance to spread heal and spread shield when you get hit. You want a 30% chance to attack enemy team. Or you want the chance to hit enemy team. That's what you want in here. Which means that when he gets hit because he's a tank, there's a 30% chance for this brain at least that it will. You roll a legendary hit team, fucking brilliant. Yes, that's what you want. So every time he gets hit, there's a chance that he'll hit the entire team back. And like, look at these deeps, man. It's fucking sick deeps. So that's really lucky that you got A, you got a legendary brain, and B, you rolled like a perfect roll on it. That's fucking amazing. Next, I have redirect here. I don't know what's best in slot. Currently using an off one on Scort. Need a defensive one? Oh, an offensive. Gotcha. Yeah, this I have redirect. I'm not entirely sure what's best in slot here, but I rolled a legendary redirect, and he's a tank, so it can't hurt, right? So that's what I have here. And then for all these other slots, you want as much damage reduction as you can. So I've got 7.2 DR while all teammates are alive. Mr. P March, welcome. Thank you for the follow. How's your face? You want as much DR as possible. So here I have 7.2% damage reduction DR when all teammates are alive. So there's other things you can put in here. So for instance, there's this one, while below 30% health, gain 3.6 DR. So if I put that instead, you'll see that I instead of having 7.6 DR, I now have 21.6, but it's only active when I'm below 30%. Whereas if I put in, oh, here's another one, gain damage reduction. The higher your health is, percentage up to 9.6. 9.6 again is higher than 7.6. But that's only as the higher level, the higher health you are, the more DR you have. Whereas this is just constant 7.2 across the board, as long as everyone's alive, which ideally that's going to be the case. So I prefer that one because it's always active. So it's lower, but it's always active compared to being higher on a condition type thing. So I use this one. And then these, you just want as much DR as you can. So this is 10.2 damage reduction there, 9.6 damage reduction here. And then I've got a block chance one here because I didn't reroll another DR there. But if you get that DR as well, then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 slots of damage reduction to boost the damage reduction that is here. So he's taken not much damage at all. And when he gets hit, he's then dishing it back out to the entire team. That's the idea. But remembering that if you have a stabled familiar, so I have 3 Glasdosses, they all share the same augments. So you don't need this augment on one of your Glasdosses, then you need to make another set of augments for the next Glasdos, another set of augments for the next Glasdos. They all share the same. So if you've got a stabled fam, like I got 3 of these guys, they all share the same augments. So you don't need 3 sets of different augments. So for me, I have 25% DR here, plus 7.2 is what, 32.2. Then 10 is 42.4, plus 9, 30. I don't know, what was I up to? I already forgotten what I was up to. 25, 32, 42. That's like 50 something. 60%. There you go, whatever. 60% DR. So I think with perfect stuff, you can get him up to like 75% or something. Or higher maybe, I'm not too sure. But like really high. So that's the idea behind Glasdos, if you can do it. Hopefully that was informative. And then you want to make 2. So you want to get 2 plus 5s. Have one in the back, have one in the front, you in the middle. And you're good to go. And then if you're dumb like me, you're trying to make 4 just for the sake of having 4. Just because I want someone to come up against me in PvP and see I have 4 Glasdosses and freak the fuck out. You're beginning to read this text and a strange feeling comes over you. It's that urge again, the urge to finish the entire wall of text despite its intimidating length. Well, we all know that if you've made it this far, you may not see it through to the end. As you're in the bottom of the text, you feel the text loosening its grip on you. But you need one final push to detach yourself from it. Finally, you are free. That was a good one. Good morning, Black Boy. And Deluxe J also. Welcome. Welcome both of you. Yeah, so we're doing this for the kitties. So we can make the Eucalyptus. How did you almost die on this raid? What the hell? I need to check that. This guy, so we can make the Eucalyptus and boost that up and stable it and all that good stuff. I can make 2, so I could make a +1 right now, but I'm gonna hold off until I can make a +5 and make it all at once, because maybe something will change in between then. And you know, something better might come along that needs those fams. So until I can make it, I'll just hold off because I don't need it. It's more of a bonus. DR worse than block. Okay, so they changed the stats around, and all things to do with elemental stuff. I'm not 100% up on it, so I'm sure other people in here. Are you DPS now? You're DPS now, that's why. Okay. I'm sure other people can chime in here with more knowledge. But DR only affects physical damage, I think. Whereas block is just affects every type of damage. I think that's the gist of it. So with the elemental damage stuff, if something's doing, you know, like electric damage to you or something, like DR's not gonna negate that damage or negate it as much. I don't know whether it's like, if it's doing elemental damage, I don't know whether it's like a portion of that damage is elemental, a portion of it is physical, or all of it is elemental. But I think it's that DR doesn't block, that damage reduction doesn't count for elemental stuff, which means that if you're going up against elemental stuff and you have DR, it's not going to be doing nothing, whereas block will. So they've changed it around, but then there's still a bunch of people using DR, so I don't know. But for me, I have Glasdos, and I've got 3+5s of him, so that when I run dungeons and Trials Gauntlet and all that sort of stuff, I use both of them. So I'm you know, sticking with that DR for me. But if you're talking about you being an actual tank, then I would go on the official Discord server or join my Discord and ask an actual tank player. Because I don't want to give tank advice because I'm not a tank. I've never been a tank. I don't want to give the wrong advice because I'm naive on the subject type thing. So, yeah, hopefully that was some form of answer. Against physical damage, DR is better. DR is 75% as effective against elements, so it's better to have block against elements as an all-round defensive bonus. There you go. That's pretty much what I said, but just more concise. So I think for like Trials Gauntlet, all that sort of stuff, like DR is still the king because you're not going up against the elemental things. You're just going up against normal fams. So it's still really strong in dungeons and Trials Gauntlet, all that sort of stuff. But when you're doing raids and shit, then I guess block is better. So for your actual character, block, but for fams, maybe DR. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah. Would you run double glass on standard tank healer to get you through tier 10 flags? I got through every single tier of flag using Bobbidom and Walkham. So, you know, but Glasdos is better than Bobbidom and Walkham, so you'd be fine. Double glass, you only need one set of augments. Yeah, so we just went through that. I'm not sure. What was I going to say? I don't know what I was going to say. Anyway, I did it with Bobbidom and Walkham, and they weren't even fully stabled or anything. So if you can get double Glasdos, you should be fine. Because they're tanks and healers at the same time. They're bait tanks and healers, and they just they can self heal, and then they can heal target heal as well. So you just keep everyone alive. And that's why the hit enemy team is so good, because you can just spend all of your turns just healing yourself, and the enemy will kill themselves. It's like the whole stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself, stop hitting yourself. You know, you hit a Glasdos for 1,000 damage. He hits your whole team back for 500 damage, and then just heals that 1,000 damage. Like just heals it up. And then you're back to being full health, and the enemy team's hurt. So that's the way to do it. Okay, I'm gonna drop and put, is Eagle tank still? Yes. Okay. Good morning, Chook. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting. Yeah, that's right. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Good morning, Will. How are you?
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. How's things? Speaking of resubs, we reached the goal that we set, and we now have a new emote slot. So we'll have a 5th emote slot. We're gonna run. I'm gonna run a voting poll thing, maybe, of like a few designs, and then you guys can vote on which emote you want as the 5th slot. But for people that haven't been here before or haven't been for a while, whatever, we recently, in the last month or something, changed our emotes. Which are those? Trashcraft. I'm not sure if you guys know Trashcraft or have seen him around or anything like that. He did the artwork for me, and they come out really well. So they're the emotes, and we've unlocked a 5th one. We just need to, decide on a design and go for it. So yeah, we might do a vote thing, or I might just pick one. I don't know, but either way, there's a 5th emote slot coming soon. 5th emote coming soon. We have the slot. Doing well, thanks. That's good. Doing well is good. Yesterday I contacted support and managed to get my epic pumpkin back, so I have a good pet for when I go tank. How did you lose it? Did you accidentally exchange it or something? Yeah, the rewards for PvP this week is familiars, right? Pet, sorry. Contains one random accessory or pet that you have not currently owned. So yeah, I mean, you could get this. You could get anything, I guess. But that's not bad. I mean, I'm not pushing, so I'll fall into this category, of which I already have them all. So I'll get absolutely no reward whatsoever. I guess I could try and get into 250 to get one of these, but the only one that would probably be useful for me is this, because I've got Tobert, which is really good. Not going to replace him, and for me, I've got the best offensive accessory, epic offensive accessory for my build. So the only thing in here that would be useful is this if I wanted to use an offensive pet. So for the amount of tickets and stuff I would have to spend to get into that bracket for a 1 in, what's that, 12 chance, it's not worth it. When there's a guaranteed thing, maybe I'll go for it. I've had a lot of people ask me about PvP recently, actually. We got some tickets there. It's 40 tickets. We got a bunch of tickets there. Some there. Some there. There and there. So I got a bit, but not, you know, and that's all just free to play hoarding. Yeah, I've had quite a few people ask me about PvP recently. About like, do you think this will be enough to push to get into this bracket and da 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 da. So yeah, apparently PvP is like quite popular at the moment, or it's just a coincidence. I don't know. But if they have a guaranteed reward, like sometimes that pumpkin is the guarantee. I've seen that before as the guaranteed reward. I might push to try and get the epic one then. Zodo, welcome. I accidentally exchanged it at least a year ago. Really? So you exchanged it a year ago, and then now you sent them a message saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, a year ago I got rid of this. Can I have it back, please?" How does that work? Fishing is OP. What's up? Discord has been great. Thanks, Spooky, CC, Bop, and Will have been awesome mentors. Who's CC? Oh, is that me? I think that might be me. I'm not used to being referred to as Chook. It's only because of this stupid someone took my name in this game. But now I can rename myself, but I have to pay for it. Because of course you do. Yeah, you've been quite active fishing on Discord. It's good to see. People really like the PvP pet and accessory reward weeks. I'm sure the score needs to get epic will be higher than most weeks. Yes, that's the other thing. And that's what I said to, I can't remember who it was, but I've had multiple people ask me. And I said, look, I don't know. We don't need you. I don't know if that's enough to get, you know, what you're looking for. Because I've never really pushed PvP, so I don't know the, like, kind of rough math of how many tickets you need and all that sort of stuff. But if it's something popular, like it is at the moment, it's going to cost you even more. So exactly what Will just said. Currently in epic zone with 1 ticket roll, but will fall. Yeah, that's the thing. You need to stick with it. So like that doesn't reset for another 5 days or something. So you kind of need to stay on top of it at all times. It's really, really hard. It's really hard to like score well. I thought I'd be able to get another one from events, but because it only gives you something you've never had before, I wouldn't be able to get it another one. So people in the main Discord bit here at Discord, help me contact support to get my all back. Okay, that makes sense. Still, that's surprising to, you know, remedy a problem from a year ago. Like, they just have to take you on your word. All right. Either way, I'm glad you got it. That's good. Take a win wherever you can. Okay, so we got 2 neural net ROMs, which is good. At a 460 energy or something, you know, it wasn't the most. You know, 2 out of however many runs that is. 20 something runs, 23 runs, whatever it is. But it's still 2. So I think we were on 8. So we should be on 10 now. I'll check in a sec, which means we only need 5 more, which is not bad. Should be able to get that, you know, in the next week or so, hopefully. And then I'll have the 4th glass dos. Then we just need to get this stupid cat. Let's quickly check that. What are we doing? Familiars. Fusion. Yeah, we're up to 10, so we need 5 more, and then we can make another one. And then yeah, after that, I'll probably start making. I'll probably start doing world boss of this tier to try and get those mythics on heroic. Otherwise, there's nothing really else that I need. There's no dungeon fams that I need to spend the energy on. So yeah, probably just use it on current tier. They probably check my account to see if I've actually had it before to make sure I'm not telling porkies. Yeah, can they do that though? I don't know if they can do that. I mean, they probably can. Welcome back, Pip. Welcome. So I've got 2 of these, which means I need 4 more. And if it's anything like Driffin or Duo Bombs, it's going to take like a year to get 4 of them. However, in the current tier, raid, what is it, raid 9 or whatever we're up to, I just got like so many fams from that raid, just from capture rate, just with gold. I never used gems or anything because I didn't know I needed them for anything. I just like, oh, whatever. And I don't use gems for persuasion regardless, so I always just throw gold at stuff. But I've got like a stupid amount of fams from the current raid, like way more than any other tier, like by double probably. Just a stupid amount of fams from this current raid. I have no idea why. Like, let's check it out. What is this? This is squib. Okay. So that's a few squibs from raid 1. So I got 4 of them from raid 1. 4 sex horses. Just let's look at his majesticness. There he is. What a fucking sex horse. What a beast. And some violators I got 5 of. This is when we were going for Driffin and I was catching these things, you know, not by mistake, but, you know, catching these things instead of Driffins. You know, some more shit, da-da-da-da-da. And then we go down to current raid. And I got fucking 8 of this idiot. And 10 of this idiot. And then only 2 of this one. But this is the one I need with the blue cat that we're trying to get to make Eucalyptus. I got 10 of him. So that's, between it, that's 20 fams from the current raid. It's just, I don't know, that seems ridiculously high. I have 15 base strongs, and that's after using 5 to make... Yeah, is that all with gold though? Like, why the current make... There's no... They can't just make the current raid capture rate higher, surely. Like, it seems weird that I can capture them and then every time I come in here to try and get this idiot for the past 2 weeks, like, he's popped up like maybe once, maybe twice in the last 2 weeks, whereas you go to the current raid and like the first enemy that comes up, just you persuade immediately. Or persuaded. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, the current raid is crazy for persuasion. Anyway, I don't need any gear. And I don't need any of the materials or anything from the current tiers raid. I don't need anything from the current tier at all anymore. So fuck off mushrooms. All I need now is 5 more neural net ROMs and this idiot. That's my goal, and reaching level 400. So once I get the 5 neural net ROMs, it's only this thing and level 400. But I think this thing's going to take me a while to get. Also, I was considering not doing this until next tier, because I'm trying to get, or either it's next tier / level 400, because I wanted to get the maximum amount of XP to be able to get to 400 and everything in the time limit. Every raid on Heroic gives the same XP, same zone of XP. So you can do, at least I'm 90% sure that's correct. You could do raid 9, you could do raid 1, and you'll get on a Heroic and you'll still get the same amount of XP. So if you're wondering about going back to getting something from a lesser tier, but you don't want to gimp yourself as far as XP gains, pardon me, you get the same XP as long, like on Heroic, no matter what the tier is. So that's good. So that means you can go back and, you know, get those fams that you've missed or you're looking for or something, and not, you know, shoot yourself in the foot as far as getting levels goes. So we need 7 levels in, what's today? The 26th, and it's the 18th. So there's 30 days this month. So that's 4, 8, 22. I need 7 levels in 22 days. So that's about 3 levels a day. So, well, Jesus, imagine if it was 3 levels a day. A level every 3 days is what I mean. Which was kind of the math we were working on before as well. I think I needed, when I originally set that goal, roughly a level every 3 days. So we're still on track for that, but I did use a bit gore and 3 shard baskets. And that did get me a level and a half just doing that. So I think I may have to do another one of them. I did want to save the shard baskets for next tier. Because I usually bought, because it doesn't exist anymore. I've talked about this before as well. The box that had the egg gore in it with the raid shard baskets and had tokens in it or something as well. I can't remember. Something else in it. But the egg gore and 7 raid shard baskets, and that box was awesome for 4,500 gems. It was really good. I used to buy them. And so I just got a lot of raid shards out of doing it. Can you message me when you're done with Bit Heroes? We're done right now. Hey, legendary. We're done as soon as we get out of this raid. And, you know, I finished my story and stuff. Anyway, so I would have, if they kept selling that thing, I would have had more raid shard baskets, but currently I don't have that many. Average potions are on sale. It's pretty good. I have 7 left. Roasty, I play videos. How many mats do I have now? How many mats for what? Anyway, yeah, so I only have 7 of these. I wanted to save them for next tier, so that I can run through next tier's raid, use a bit gore, of which I have 4, and coming up on the monthly reset, I think is like in the next week or something, I get another one to replace it. So I've got all these bit gores, and I could use them with raid shard baskets and stuff to smash through the new raid in the next tier. But to get to 400, I may need to use them, or some of them, which is not ideal. I mean, I could use these token duffels and go through Gauntlet instead, once I find something that has a good reward in it. I don't need this reward at all. I've already got my thing, my rune, the Gale rune. So yeah, I don't know. The getting to 400 by the 3-year anniversary isn't super important. It's not like, oh, I do have 5 of these as well. It's not like it's a thing that I have to do. If I don't do it, I need to delete my account or anything like that. It's just a personal goal that I would like to get. It seems like a good kind of solid number, you know, 3 years, level 400. If it's 3 years and level 398, it's just not quite right. You know, it has to be 400 over. So it's going to be whether I want to do that to get that number, or whether I'd be smart and save them. Unless there's some bundle that comes out in the shop, or I could buy this absolute piece of trash for 1,000 gems, or this piece of trash for 1,250 gems, and get myself an epic speed kicks, a major speed kicks, for a bargain, absolute fucking bargain. Or I could spend my gems and go for this, as we've done multiple times. But I'm holding out, and hopefully there'll be something that comes out, even if it's like a 3,000 gem thing, and it comes out and it has like, I don't know, the raid shard baskets on sale are 600 gems each, right? So 5 raid shard baskets would be on sale, would be 3,000 gems. So a 3,000 gem pack that came out would have to have more than 5 raid shard baskets to make it worth, right? It would need to have like, 8 or something to make the deal like worthwhile. We'll see. We'll see what comes out in the shop in the coming weeks. See how we go. Okay. On a Cloud got better. Thoughts about it versus Traveling Chef, did it? Let's have a look. Crit and evade, isn't that what it's always been? I mean, I don't like it. I don't like it at all, but I'm like pretty percentage went up, right? I mean, it's hard to, you can't stack crit chance. Where's my crit chance? Crit chance 10%. Yeah, you can't stack. The only place you can get crit chance, as far as I'm aware, is from accessories. There might be like like a set piece thing might give you 3% crit chance or something like that, but it's not. It's something you can't get like crit chance runes or crit chance enchants and all the rest of it. So you can't like stack it super fucking high. So I don't rate it as much as a stat as other ones, because the other ones you can stack. So I personally don't like it, but if you want a legendary accessory and you can't seem to get one from buying the packs, then you can definitely get this. But I think there's way better things out there, accessories out there. Still looks smelly. Yeah, I would use Traveling Chef. Well, it depends. It depends what your what stats you have. Right, it depends what, like, if you have Traveling Chef, which is Dual Strike, right? So even up unupgraded, it's 15%. So you could use that on it to get 50 average energy potions. Yeah, much more better. You could start stacking Dual Strike with this, or you could use this to get 18% or 15% or whatever it is, and then stack Empower, and then you would get a big chunk of Dual Strike from here, and then you could get Empower with all your runes and everything else and have half. Or you can do what I did and just get Dual Strike everything. So Dual Strike here. Dual Strike on the mount is 4% there, and then all of my enchants have it as well. And then you end up capping out at 37.7% Dual Strike. So if I took my thingy off here, 37.7, call it 38, take it off, I would have 20% Dual Strike, just from runes and enchants and everything, and then I would have 30% crit chance. Or I could have this on and then have more than a third of the time I'm going to Dual Strike. So I prefer Traveling Chef, but don't do what I did and stack Dual Strike in every slot, because it's a bit silly. Try and have half of Dual Strike and Empower. It's a lot more potent. So that's why I started a while ago buying for this accessory. 20% Empower chance and 9% Dual Strike. So I will lose 9% Dual Strike, but I'll gain 20% Empower. So if I say I get this, right? Instead of 18%, I'll have 9%. So I've lost 9% Dual Strike. So I'll go down to 26% Dual Strike, but I'll have 20% Empower. All right, and then I could potentially even change these out, like make 2 of these Empower. So take 5% of Dual Strike out, so I'll be 21%, or even swap 25, 26 down to 23-ish, and then percent Dual Strike, and change one of these to Empower, of which I'm pretty sure I have an Empower one. Yeah, there you go. And then I would be basically half Dual Strike, half Empower, which is going to be a lot stronger. So around the 25, I would be around the 22 to 25% Dual Strike Empower split, rather than having just nearly 40% in just Dual Strike. So yeah, you want to kind of split those two stats as a DPS as best you can. But yeah, I guess long story short, I would, after all of that talk and rant, I would still use Traveling Chef over the Cloud. Apparently one of the best builds for nuking everything is to stack everything into Empower and use the new mythic accessory with 30% crit chance and 70% crit damage. Well, yeah, if you crit and Empower to hit, that would be huge. The thing I do like about Dual Strike though, is that stuff like this deals fire damage to the strongest enemy 3 times. If your Drill Strike procs, you hit it 6 times. Which is a lot of times. And while proccing it 6 times, not only are you going to do a lot of damage, you're also going to have your pet potentially proc 6 times as well. So you're going to be doing a bunch of damage and also potentially a bunch of healing and shielding as well. So I like Dual Strike purely for the proc chance stuff. So I did have the gun back in the day that would hit an enemy and then hit all other enemies. So it would hit everybody. So it would do like 5 hits. And then if you dual strike that hit, it would hit 10 times across the board. And then have 10 chances of hitting the pet and everything. So that's why I like dual strike. I like it. Oh, we've got one more boss to go. I just like it for that, that aspect. Impossible for most of us, but still fun to think about. Well, I mean, I went the dual strike option instead of Empower, but it's the same thing. You could just stack Empower instead. So hopefully there's like something that comes out where dual strike's OP later in the game, and then I'll just crush it. But not at the moment. Anyway, that is it for Bit Heroes for today. We'll be back on Wednesday, providing that I can stream. Otherwise, I'll do a Bit Hero Bites video. So you'll get some form of content, you know, in a few days as far as Bit Hero goes. We are now going to start streaming the second half of Resident Evil 3 Remake. So anyone that wants to stick around for some horror zombie goodness, by all means do so. But just for the Bit Hero people that are here just for that, then I will see you in a few days. But yeah, I'm off since it's late. Have a good one. No worries, dude. Take care. Thanks for stopping in. Give me a few minutes and we'll start up Resident Evil. Okay, bye!